Dating is so delicious, and it's what we all are. And you came into these bodies intending to sift through the contrast in order to discover more desire. Sometimes as physical beings, you think you're here to struggle your way to success, and we say that cannot be. You can struggle your way into asking. You can suffer your way into knowing that you don't want that and that you want something else. And it's an interesting thing, because when you know what you don't want, an equivalent, equal, counter desire is always born. So this vortex of creation that you have put into motion is filled with the culmination of what life has caused you to create in your asking as you sifted through contrast. Ooh, wasn't that beautifully said? This vortex is full of the vibrational equivalent of the asking that your physical experience has inspired through the sifting of the contrast that you've discovered along your way. You've created a vibrational reality that you hold ownership to, that stands in readiness for you, that waits for you eternally. We think you should get it now, however. We don't think that you should wait anymore. We think it's time for you to get into the vortex and begin to reap the reward, to find the answers, to solve the problems, to feel the exhilaration, to be the being who you have created. We think it's time. And otherwise you can do it when you croak. It's your call. We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our desire to coax you into the vortex. We know that you're having some step one moments, and we applaud every one of those, because if you weren't sifting through contrast, you wouldn't be asking, and if you weren't asking, we all wouldn't be expanding. So we never want you to think that we want you to get into the vortex and stay there only. We just want you to make the vortex your primary goal. We just want you to make your vortex your main event. We just want you to make not being in the vortex the anomaly that it was meant to be, not the career that so many of you have made it into. In other words, you did not plan to make step one your life's work. If you watch television or listen to those, it is so interesting how people are so drawn to catastrophes, to the problems of life. And we say, you didn't plan on spending so much time on that part of physical experience. It doesn't matter. It's not slowing things down. All you're doing is putting more into the vortex. And then those who get into the vortex are having richer, fuller experiences. But this is the time of awakening. This is a time when more will be inspired by you and those like you to discover their vortex. This is the time of awakening to the power and passion and love and good feeling life that you all deserve. Those that were there when you were born, most of them had forgotten that. And so they tried to teach you that your most important relationship was with them. Do what pleases me and life will go better for you. So when you see this smile, do more of that. And when you see this frown, back away quickly. And if you follow the indicator of pleasing me, then you'll be rewarded. On the heels of my smiles will come your reward. On the heels of my frown will come your punishment. And without meaning to, they trained you, one after the other of them, into really caring what they think about you. Few people are consistently in the vortex. All of you have been in there often, and all of you recognize that momentary feeling of elation, of moving from out to in. In other words, it's always a feeling of rush. It's a feeling of passion. It's a feeling of well-being. It's a feeling of such satisfaction. All of you have done it, but few of you do it deliberately, and almost none of you do it consistently. Most of you are looking around waiting for some condition to spike up, to be so rewarding that all you have to do is look at it and, you're in the vortex. That newborn baby puts me right there. Have another one. Jerry's trying to talk his daughter and daughter-in-law into having another baby, and they're not having any of it. Esther says we're going to have to mess with their birth control pills or something, because They think they're finished, even though we want more. They're trying to call more grandchildren through. Because that newborn baby, that little one freshly here, that one still tuned in, tapped in, turned on, that one who is still willing to color with Jerry. The little ones are still more in alignment with who they really are. The longer you're here, the more you are trained by others to a criteria that does not serve you. And so all day, every day, your emotions are your indicator of your vibrational relationship between you and you. But before you can understand your vibrational relationship, you first have to accept that you are vibration. And that's not the easiest thing for physical beings to do, because you say, I don't think I'm vibration. My guitar string is. My string on my piano is. That noise in the air conditioner might be. But me, I don't see it. I'm so manifested. I'm bloody, I'm bony, I'm fleshy, I'm material, but I don't get my vibration. And we say, well, pay a little closer attention. What you see is an interpretation of vibration, because vision is vibration. What you hear is vibration. Oh, you sort of get that. You've heard about that eardrum and the vibration of it, and the child hugging the vacuum cleaner and so forth. In other words, you hear stories of vibration and you relate it. But we want you to know that all of your physical senses are your interpretation of vibration. So you poignantly understand your time-space reality. But you are vibrational beings. And if you weren't vibrational beings, you would not exist. And if you weren't good at being vibrational beings, you wouldn't exist in this exaggerated and blissful physical leading edge time-space reality form. In other words, you are vibrational beings. And the reason we want to get your attention about that is because you're really good at seeing and hearing and tasting and smelling and touching. You get that. You haven't thought about it as being, you say, I think I'll go and vibrationally interpret these roses. You just stick your nose in and take a big whiff. You usually don't understand that your emotions are vibrational indicators either, but they are. They are the most sophisticated, supreme vibrational indicators, and what they are indicating is the only thing that ever matters to you. They are indicating your relationship with you, which is the only thing that is any of your business. Your relationship with you. And this vortex has already assembled all of the cooperative components of everything that you've asked for. So spinning there in this vibrational reality is a full version of everything you want. All the money, all the bodily conditions, all the feelings in relationships that you want, all of the material objects, everything is queued up vibrationally. And don't scoff at that, because everything that is manifested, including your Earth spinning in its orbit, spun in a vibrational reality first. The difference is, once you are here on this earth, putting things into your vortex, the amount of time that it takes in your physical earth terms between not showing up in your experience and showing up in your experience is no time. When you become a match to the vibrational vortex and all of those cooperative components that have been assembled, when you become a vibrational match to that, it is instantaneous. In the moment that you stop the resistance, the trail lights up. Now, we want you to understand that as creators, the lighted up trail is what you're looking for. You really don't want the instant manifestation. Can you imagine the absence of satisfaction that a sculptor would have if in the moment he touched the clay, it just became the statue? There's a clump, there's a clump, there's a clump, there's a clump, there's a clump. He wants to mold it. He wants to let it evolve. He wants to discover it. He wants to be part of it. And so do you. So when you get into the vortex, we're not saying that you will have an instant manifestation of what you want, although sometimes it seems that fast to you in relative terms. What we are saying is, when you get into the vortex, the trail lights up, your feeling of empowerment ensues, and the details begin to unfold as you follow the path and let your creative mind take you blissfully on the path of becoming that you've set into motion even before you stepped foot into this physical body. So when you feel negative emotion about the absence of something you want, it isn't that you don't have that car or that lover or that pile of money or that situation or that work environment that you're seeking. That's not why you're feeling the negative emotion. You're not feeling negative emotion because of the absence of the thing you want, or even the event you want, or even the experience you want. You're feeling negative emotion because of the not allowing the complete blending between you and you. You are the creator of you in the car, of you in the experience, of you in the relationship. You can't separate you from what you are creating. You are the creator of you, and you are the creator of no one other than you. You are the creator of you. And when life causes you to create something, and then you don't go, you instead beat the drum of why you need it, why you want it, how unfair it is that you don't have it yet, how others have it and you do not, as you hold yourself in awareness of where you stand, and therefore deprive yourself of the current awareness of where you want to be, you feel that separation, and it feels like negative emotion. And you call it all kinds of different things, but it is always, ever, and only one thing. It is always, ever, and only one thing. It is the indication of your not allowing you to be in your physical body what you in your vibrational body are. You in your spiritual body are. You in your dominant body are. So when you get it that you are vibrational beings, and that your emotions are your indicator of your alignment, and you mind your own business, which means you mind your own gap, and you don't put so much weight on what's going on with others, and you don't try to please them, even if they employ you, even if they have some sense of what you call control over you. If you will let go of your desire to please any other, and you will replace it with your desire to be in the vortex, we promise you every relationship you have will improve, and you will thrive in ways that those not in the vortex cannot even begin to understand. When someone is rude to you, you ask for an improved experience. When you're rude, you ask for an improved experience. When you don't have enough of something you want, you ask for an improved experience. When you're sick, you ask for an improved experience. Even if you are a one-celled organism, you are having a physical experience and exposure to life that is causing you to ask for improvement. That's what the evolution of all species is about, you see. And so when you ask vibrationally, and source energy receives the request and knows there is no one, you or the one-celled organism, in a better position to know what would be an improved situation than you out here on this leading edge. And therefore, when you ask, source becomes it. We've written a book a few years ago, giving it what we consider to be the best title ever, Ask and It Is Given. A fuller explanation would be ask, and the non-physical part of you, the dominant part of you, becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you are asking for, and hold steady that vibration until you find vibrational alignment with it. Until you pay attention to how you feel, until you care enough to feel good, that you reach for the thought that harmonizes, that blends, that synthesizes, that unites with the vibration of what you've asked for. That's what this gathering is about. We've been calling it the art of allowing for a long time. And it really is the art of awareness, the art of being aware of my emotions, the art of awareness of my two vibrational aspects, the art of allowing, because I'm aware of my two vibrational aspects, and because I'm aware of the way I feel, the art of focusing myself into alignment with who I really am, and therefore allowing the fullness of who I am to flow through me in this moment, rather than looking for something externally, whether it's another person, a telephone call, a counselor, a mother, rather than asking some other person or some place to be the reason you go into your vortex. We want you to be the reason you go into your vortex. And we want the reason to be because it feels good and I can. Every good feeling that you have, whether you think it is about the lottery you just won, whether you think it is about the lover you just found, whether you think it is about the thing that you wanted that now you have, every good feeling that you have, no matter what degree of it feels good to you, every good feeling you have is for one reason and one reason only. You lined up with you just now. It's exhilarating to visit with you, with all of you, We've enjoyed this immensely. We have gone to places that we have never been before.